Hello everybody, welcome to the NGC World Format Discussion. My name is Andrew Brown and today I'm joined by three NCG Pokemon players. I'm joined by Chris Campbell.
Hi.
Andrew Emerson.
Hello.
And Rick Cherry. So we're looking at the World Format. World is the biggest event this year. It has some of the biggest, weirdest formats of all. It's got some of the most sets, of course, of any sort of tournament. And it has a lot of decks. This format's got an awful lot of decks. And starting off with a new Burning Shadows deck is Gardevoir. Gardevoir is an incredibly strong matchup against many decks. And it is so ridiculous with its power output that I think it's going to be a very big deck. What do you all think about Gardy?
It's very, very good. Simply put. It has so many options. You can go completely offensively. Power one Gardevoir up, just smash things through. You've got options through Gallade, which becomes your consistency engine once you get set up as well. You play that with artillery, you draw exactly what you need every turn. And you've got healing, you can tank forever, you play max potions. Gardevoir has 230 hit points. You can outlast a lot of things in this format.
It does seem like a bit of a silly deck. It's just it's got such a good attack. It's got such a good GX attack that stops any sort of Garb variant really, and also helps get resources back. And it's such a strong engine with the artillery. You're basically playing artillery Gallade, but with an incredibly good attacker. It's such a good attacker.
I like the fairy support that's coming out in the set with like the anti. The attack that allows you to evolve any Pokemon on your bench. So it
I'm not a fan of the anti personally.
Pardon?
No, I don't think it's just like
I think the problem
in this deck at least.
I think the problem with the Yancy is that it's slow. It's a slow evolve. Although it does help, it's just, can you afford it? I think it's going to be the main problem.
I find that Alolan Vulpix is better. If you bridge it turn one, you can attach to your active, retreat into the Vulpix, and then beacon. If you're going second and you have to retreat into the Yancy, you cannot attack that turn.
Aye.
Yeah.
So you have to play a very thick Yancy, so you can increase your chances of starting it. Otherwise, it's not really worth playing.
Well, because the good thing because Vulpix has clearly shown its worth in Metagross in Stage 2 decks.
Yeah.
And since Gardy is a Stage 2 deck, that actually might be a very good way of doing it. Just effectively it's changing the Metagross stuff, but with Gardevoir stuff, effectively. And also, because you're playing the same engine, you're still playing the max potion idea. You just haven't got you're a much more efficient attack, which I think is just, it does make it a very pretty strong play. Now, moving on from Gardy though, we are in a strange situation where now we've got Volcanion, which is also a very strong deck. It is all basic, which helps its consistency. It can one-hit KO Gardevoir. Gardevoir can one-hit KO back, though, because of the energy on Volcanion EX. What do you all think about Volk in this new format?
I think Volk literally has zero game versus Gardevoir. It's the same as Mewtwo, it's just not close.
Aye.
In my eyes.
No, do you think Gardevoir is just going to steamroll it?
Yes.
Zero Volcanion, yeah.
Aye.
But Volcanion has in its favour that it beats everything else that's not called Gyarados.
Right. So basically,
Greninjas.
Do they depend? If the Greninja one seems to depend on how good the Greninja starts. That seems to be that one. It's sort of like, can the Greninja get everything up quick enough to be able to one-hit KO everything else?
Greninja's issue is it can just lose to itself.
Aye.
Whereas Volcanion is generally consistent, so as long as they don't have a silly start, you can probably get away with it.
Aye. The good thing about what Volk has in its favour is that it beats the hard counter of Gardy, which is Metagross. We have talked about Metagross already, and Metagross, same idea as Gardy, where it's just a big tank that can tank anything, max potion itself off, the ability lets it get all the energy back. But do you think Metagross is consistent enough to actually work in this format, or do you think it's going to be not used because people want to play Gardy over Metagross?
I think it's more a post-Worlds deck, in my opinion, because when there's Hex and stuff still around, I think it's just too easy to counter.
I can
So I
imagine.
played it for quite a bit, and it was the case, even if you're playing bad people playing fire decks, you could still just lose.
Yeah, I think it's such a, I don't know, you can get very unlucky with Metagross as well. I've playtested Metagross. It always seemed the third Metagross was elusive at times, so you're stuck with two, and two's a bit awkward. You got to attach every turn, which you're not really which you're not meant to do with Metagross. You're meant to be able to do the loop. So that seemed to be a problem I have with Metagross. I love it. I think that's a really good choice, mainly just because it beats Guardy. But you gotta get away from anybody playing Hex, and people playing Hex, and you gotta stop people Volcanion, and Volcanion's gonna get C play no matter what tournament it is. It always does.
While Metagross does lose to Volcanion every time, that's a given.
Yes.
It has its benefit in that every other deck needs to set up evolutions as well.
Yes.
So when Metagross has the time, and if you're given that time, you can beat things. Just simply by hitting 150 every turn, bigger than them.
It's a case with Metagross that it once it gets time on its hands, it's absolutely brilliant. That's why post rotation it's going to be insane, because it's going to get that time, which is just that's important for this sort of thing. But now moving on to other decks that will be played. That's a big triangle, and other decks. Now there's the king at the moment, which is of course Drampa Garb, the big old king. And will that see play at Worlds, or is Guardy too hard a counter for it?
God of War ruins Drampa.
Aye.
It Drampa can't keep up. You get 3 energy, then God of War attaches a DCE, uses its ability, and knocks it straight back out. And Garbodor or Drampa can't respond to that.
That seems.
The Gallet can one-shot the Drampa really easy.
You don't even need the Gallet.
Just as an option.
Just an option.
Gallet's weak to Garbodor, so I find that you just get to God of War's out. Retreat between them, max exposure, GX attack when you need to, and you don't need to worry about anything.
It does seem like a very good sort of, I don't know, Drampa Garb doesn't seem very good. What do you think, Chris? What do you think about Drampa Garb? You've been playing it a lot.
I think the focus more on the Garbatoxin, Garbodor rather than the Trashalanch one, because, well, this is still World, so Hex will be about, but just the effect negation for the matchups mentioned before, Gardevoir, Metagross, Volcanion all really need their ability, so perhaps focus more on the Garbatoxin one rather than the Trashalanch. I don't believe the Drampa one, as I said before, against Gardevoir does kind of get ruined, so maybe another partner to the Garbodor might be a better option. I'm not sure exactly what. There's obviously Espeon and whatever else, but I do believe Garbodor has a place. I'm just not sure it's with Drampa.
I guess Espeon will probably be a slightly better version, because at least if you got some confusion in there, it might give you a bit of something.
Yeah. But at the same time, in big evolution formats, confusion doesn't buy you the turns early game like it normally does against the likes of Drampa or Volcanion, but that will still be played, and things like that.
But against those evolution,
evolving for 3 turns.
Against those evolution decks, I believe the Divide GX is pretty useful. Just depends how much tempo the evolution decks can get, but be able to hit 10 damage counters on the basics and knock them out to prevent the evolutionary plays. That's pretty good, but
still only getting 1 basic though. The basics have 60 hit points, so you knock one out, and with bridges being played in every deck, you've still got 2 to play with.
It's true. Yeah,
it's a strange sort of, I don't know. You're also in the tournament where people will play around Garb the most, just because you're in the Worlds, they've earned their place, they know how to play against it. So it's sort of, it might be the tournament where Garb finally falters. Maybe we'll have to see.
I think it won't be played very much.
Aye,
there will be Garb there, but everyone's expecting people to be able to play against Garb. So people will just not bother with Garb, which means that people will expect that if they're thinking like I am.
Yeah.
And therefore you can get away with playing big Yang. So every Volcanion should be playing its elixirs, because you can afford to get away with that.
That sounds like a very good idea. Similar with elixirs, talking about elixirs, we're looking at Darkrai. I love Darkrai, I just don't think this is the right format for it. It turbos very quickly. Problem is, though, not only does Gardevoir get resistance, it's got Gallade. And I do love the idea of the new Turbo Dark just being stupid and insane and getting as much dark on the field as possible, but it has such a bad matchup again. And also, the problem with it is it gets one KO by so many things nowadays. It's not quite the tank it used to be. So
HP's not high enough.
it's not as good as it used to be. But I do think it might get play once. If Guardy gets lower, I think people might start looking at Darkrai going, this deck can go from 2-shot to 1-shot by turn 2. Unlike the old days, which was 1-shot, no 2-shot, 2-shot, then 1-shot.
The question is, do you play it with the new GX? Because it takes up so much bench space. Because you still need your Evil Town, you still need your Darkrai GX, you need backups to be able to attack, you have to use your Lily setup. It's like, do you go Skyfield, and then risk being hounded by a parallel, which would really limit your damage output, and show you a bit of Skyfield, get your GX back out. If you've gone from a bench of 8, you're losing more than just, Darkrai GXs with 1 each.
I would like. I think I'll have to test both of them out. Darkrai with the GX, I think might be the best play in a format where you need to get 1-hits, just because from my looking at it and from my theory crafting, if you get 2 elixirs off and you're able to get 3 Darkrai in the grave, you can hit, I think, 170s your max for turn 1. That's in a very good. You can't rely on that damage every time, but on an average first 2 turns, to be able to get that number with Darkrai is pretty stupid. They can just parallel, and if they do, you are a bit screwed.
So if you're going to look at Expanders, where you can got access to Battle Compressor, and you can do all this turn 1, the GX definitely play it, because every GX is 2 plus powers. Just that turn, even if it's going to get buffed with the stadiums. So if you have access to it, it's brilliant. Without the consistency of being able to get them to discard and then get them straight away, it don't see it being as good.
Aye.
I think you definitely play 1 or 2 GX in Darkrai no matter what, but I don't think you definitely play all because it's not relevant. You can't utilize them.
It's not like you're going to be playing Skyfield, is it? It's one of those things. Now the new one, a new one that's coming out is Gliscopod. Gliscopod seems to be quite a good wee. Okay, it was hyped and then not hyped, then hyped again, then not hyped. Where do you think it stands now? Do you think Volk's just going to destroy it, or do you think it's going to actually have any merit?
I like Gliscopod, to be perfectly honest, but I'm not sure how good it actually is. It seems kind of niche rather than actually competitive. It can hit for quite a lot of damage thanks to obviously Guzma, but I'm not actually sure how good it actually is, rather than just being a little toy. And as you say, Volcanion does wreck it, which will be part of the main triangle format, so it depends how big Metagross is compared to how big Gardevoir is compared to how, like, etc, etc. So I think it's kind of niche rather than actually competitive deck.
How do you think, Rick? How do you think it's going to be?
I think it's alright. It's efficiently attacking, but it depends if you can avoid Volk.
And do you think you can avoid Volk as much as you think?
Not in Worlds form.
No, not in Worlds.
People are going to be playing the best decks, or the best deck to give them the most wins for day 1 especially. I think maybe for day 2 you might be able to get away with it, but definitely not for day 1.
Aye.
In day 1 you're looking at, I think, 6 rounds this year, people were suggesting.
Aye.
So if you've got to go X2. If you're going to play all 6 rounds, I think 3 of them will be Gardevoir or Volcanion. You're going to play both those decks more than once.
That sounds like a pretty good bet.
Yeah, Gliscopod's not worth. It's a very good idea. It can recycle and do a lot of damage very efficiently. But if you come up against Volcanion, you just lose. There's no question about that.
Speaking of Volk,
is it worth it?
Speaking of Volk losing things, there seems to be a common theme. Decidueye did very well at Liverpool. It did very, very well at Liverpool. Do you think that momentum will stay into Worlds, or do you think people mightn't choose Decidueye?
I think Decidueye Bioplume is the play for Worlds. Ooh. Especially with Guzma.
The old friend.
It's good at what it needs to do. If there's loads of stage 2 decks, it makes them make poor plays. They have to add all their stage 2s, and you've got SP on as well. So it's just too powerful, I think. As long as you can avoid Volk, but at least you've got item lock to put them off as well.
It does seem...
It definitely puts it up another level because Immune Plume's not getting tracked as much.
That's very, very true. Do you think... how many of you think the fact that Garb's not going to be very big, people might play more items, do you think that might play into Decidueye's favour?
With Vileplume, yeah.
Yeah.
Vileplume turn 1's always been strong. So if you are good at winning flips, then you can even be Volcanion, which is a terrible matchup. Simply up the power of item lock. So if you're confident in your dice flipping abilities, then play Vileplume.
Play Vileplume. What do you think, Rick?
I'd definitely play Vileplume.
You play Vileplume?
I think it's a solid choice.
Is that a good... Do you think Vileplume's best over any other variant?
I mean, I really like the Ninetales variant because it does give you some game versus Volk. But in this format, I think if you want to play Decidueye, you need to try and play the unfair version to try and auto-win games.
Good old
and only Vileplume gives you auto-wins.
Yeah, Vileplume does sort of... personally, I probably would go Vileplume just because item lock is item lock. It's always going to be good no matter what it is.
I agree with Rick. If you're like, it's not a good deck, so to speak, you have to play it to its strengths. It's like you don't really care about consistency. Like you go in with your win condition as the item lock. If you don't get the item lock, you probably don't win. But you're there to get the item lock off effectively. That's what's like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like you have like a win condition. Doesn't matter how consistent it is, as long as you keep continuously getting to that win condition, then you're going to take the risk.
Against most matchups, you don't even need the Vileplume turn 1. You're better off focusing on 2 or 3 Decidueyes, getting the Vileplume by turn 2, turn 3, because in a format where people are evolving up, you've got time to spread those counters with Decidueye, and then get the Vileplume to stop them fully evolving up and doing what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So basically, it seems to be... It did well. Mark Luff did very well in top 8 with it, so maybe people will try and counter that, but we'll see. It seems like a very good idea. Speaking of Ninetales, pure Ninetales, will it see play? Do you think it'll be a good play for the Worlds? It did quite well again in Liverpool. People might think it might see play, or do you think people might get turned off by it?
Well, I got that
I think no.
No? Do you think no?
I think it's almost unplayable.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because if Gardevoir is going to be the most touted deck, then the count for that Metagross is just the same as playing against Ninetales, because Ninetales is also weak to it.
Yes.
And Ninetales isn't as profoundly strong or consistent as Ninetales, as Gardevoir even.
Right.
So, if you're going to play a deck that's weak to Metagross, you play Gardevoir.
Yep.
Because it's better.
That's a fair point. So do you think it's going to be completely not seen at all?
I mean, 1 or 2 people might play it. I wouldn't expect it to do too well.
Aye.
But what about as an engine? Do you think it'll be as an engine, not as...
And it beats Volca's weakness.
Yes.
So if the Volcanians are knocking out the Metagrosses, if you avoid the Metagrosses early, it could rise, but it depends on the numbers of people playing. It's a risky play, and I don't think it's a risk worth taking.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it myself. Now, when it comes to new and other decks, we're on to Zoroark Drampa. Do you think that's got the same problem as Guard Drampa? Drampa gets KO'd too quickly, or does he just go more Zoroark?
Drampa has problems in this format, and I just don't think Zoroark's as strong as it once was. So I wouldn't want to play Zoroark.
Oh, play Zoroark. What about you, Rick? What do you think about Zoroark?
I did really like it, and I thought it was such a strong deck for quite a long time. It's just, it has its problems, obviously, with it being such a low HP stage 1 as well. Well, Lele's a problem for it all the time. It's, I don't think it can beat Gardevoir either, in honesty. Like,
Yeah, Glade hits
swing
per
through
weakness, doesn't
every
it?
attacker with your God of War really easily.
And obviously your entire deck's weak to Glade, which doesn't help matter.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
That's a big
Yeah,
problem.
that's a major problem. But I think the issue is you don't even need the Galades. If you've got 3 energies on a God of War, you pretty much one-shot everything.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because it's so much. It does. Sword does not seem like the biggest, best play in the world for a world, does it? I don't think that.
I don't think so.
I don't think that.
While its attack is good, there's not attacks worth copying. At the minute, plus it's not worth evolving up to what is effectively a stage 2 with 140 hit point, when stage 2s now have over 200.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a very, very good point. So we're agreed that we won't see much Zoroark. What about Vikabulu? I do think this deck might be an idea because of the fact you are discarding the energy. So Guardy has to have 6 on it, 5 of the choice band.
You're not knocking out God of War.
You aren't. No, you aren't knocking out the God of War. You may have to use Coco in the early turns, but they might just max potion the Coco damage off. But it depends really how. I don't know. Coco might be the Coco idea. The promo Coco might be the best idea for if you want to take Bulu. That's the only way you're going to be able. Because one spread does put them all in range. It just depends how if they keep that range on or not. If they're smart.
Really good at knocking out the Vikavols. Guzma is really good because you bring out their Vikavols, you send out your Gallies, you knock it out.
Yeah.
And they keep stream of Vikavols going. It's much easier for you to keep your stream of stage 2s going with the likes of Galli Premonition, drawing into the exact pieces you need with artillery. You can even use the likes of Mallow. You've got Max Potions, nice little things that you can keep your consistency, which Vikabulu struggles with.
Aye. That's a fair point. I like the idea of Bulu, but Guzma really does screw it up. Speaking of...
It was something I thought about. But the discarding the energy isn't enough. It's not consistency enough deck.
What do you think, Chris, about Bulu? You've played against it quite a lot.
I don't think its max damage output is sufficient for the rest of the decks, considering there's other decks that do just as much, if not more damage, so why not play them?
Fair point. Now on to the
It
consistent...
loses to 2 of the big 3, and that's the main issue.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
It doesn't really have much game versus Metagross, in fairness. I've played that match a fair few times.
It's impossible.
It's not good.
The only way I drew with a Metagross playing Bulu, and the only reason I was able to do that is because he didn't see me putting 10 energy on a Lele. So, it was pretty obvious what the plan was, and he didn't Lysander it, so that's his own fault. He didn't see the clear indication of what I was going for. So I was able to draw against it, but no, it's an incredibly hard matchup. They have to bench 2 Leles, and if they don't bench 2 Leles, you've probably lost. Now, when it comes to consistency, Greninja, the consistent vacuum, the consistency vacuum, will it see play? Do you think it's going to be a good idea to play?
I think I definitely see play.
I think it always
makes it really funny in case you can get those triple giant water shuriken turns.
You can get Guzma does make it possible. I don't know about Greninja. It's such a... I love it. I love the idea of it, and I love that in a format where everybody's playing slow evolution decks, playing your own Nani GX evolution deck might be very, very good with a really good ability.
Just the issue is all these other stage 2 decks have more consistent cards, so they have full picks and circulars and
they can use bridge on top.
And obviously you can't because you want to get thing off duplicates. But with Greninja, it has a good Metagross match because it turned off the abilities. It's Guardian might be a bit difficult. Volks, I know it's got a good. I'd say it's got a good chance against the triangle. In theory, it's got at least a good match against 2 of them. So it might see some play. I don't know. What do you all think about? Do you think it might see play, or do you think it's going to be one of these niche decks that appears and then disappears after day 1?
I definitely see play in general. And I think someone will probably end up getting a top spot at Worlds with it.
That sounds about right.
You think someone will top 8 on the grid?
Yeah. Just one.
Just one random one. Maybe Graft and Roll will appear randomly. Right. Now we're on to the two decks that are leaving us before rotation. We're on the Mega Ray. The big old Mega Ray. What do you think about Mega Ray in this Worlds format? Its last big event to do
very good.
Very good, do you think?
Oh yeah. The only thing is, people are discovering this. There's a lot of talk about it as well. And so I think people take against. There'll be pseudo-widows everywhere. People will throw in parallel cities, which will give it a problem. If you can avoid that, you can beat anything.
You can beat anything. What's Mega Ray's highest output? Is it 240, is it?
240, and then you can pick.
Aye. So you can one shot effectively anything, which is just so stupid. It's such if it sets up quickly, which it very easily can, it can hit anything. It's just how consistent can you get that KOs, and also does anyone attacking against it? That seems to be the problem with Mega Ray. The attack.
If you run hot with that deck, it's almost unstoppable.
Aye. It certainly is hard to stop.
Running hot is the problem.
Yep. I guess, yeah, running hot, and also people playing randomly shoulda woulda. Speaking of running hot, Alex Dow's old friend Gyarados. It's gonna be.
I'm really annoyed that Gyarados has become Alex's deck now. When I thought it well.
It is. It's. I think everyone's forgotten who started it all, but I think just because of the fact he's done the most with it.
I stole it from an American guy.
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was some American guy. Can I remember it? Top 32, some very early regional.
It was the first one that Gyarados.
Yeah.
Like a kid, and he got like a top 16 spot. I think it might have got 9th, to be honest.
Yeah, might have bubbled. And then suddenly, and then basically Alex Dow took it and then started doing well with it, and now I guess him, which is a bit. It's a shame how it all works. But Gyarados, who's going to be mental enough to try it? Is the problem with it? Is it you sound like you sound mental playing it, and then you do well with it, but nobody ever.
I think it has good matchups.
We also have some horrific ones.
It's got some.
There are problems with the format, but if the meta was the way for it, which it has the potential to do, Gyarados can storm through things. I think it's not a bad play today one. Because you're going to go, I'll take that as a loss. If I only play it once, I can beat everything else. You only need 4 wins to get through 0.
Yep.
What's better than just getting wins than Gyarados?
I am lucky.
It is.
Well. That's what Gyarados is trying to avoid.
Yep.
Well, to put it into perspective of running hot, Alex in Liverpool played 0 Decidueye decks.
Yep. That is.
I think he played none on day one of
day one of Liverpool this time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's just. It's amazing, isn't it? He gets lucky with the old Gyarados. I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. It seems such a risky play. Because if I mean, because if
you have to be playing as well.
Yeah.
It's not just something you can decide on the day and then just go and win. You have to put the time in learning how to play.
But no, that's the main decks that we'll be seeing hopefully at World Format. So a prediction: what do you think's going to win? Chris, what do you think's going to win?
Gardevoir.
You think it's going to be Gardevoir?
I think it's just too good.
What about you two, Andrew? What do you think?
Part of me wants to say Volcanion, simply because it'll see a lot of play.
Volcanion. And what about you, Rick? What do you think?
Honestly, after seeing Ordino in last year, I don't really know.
You don't know what It's gonna be. There's gonna be some deck. No, that could be Primal Groudon or like Excadrill Delmise. That'll just win somehow. But
honestly, I don't think one of the Triangle will win. I couldn't tell you what will, but I don't think it's going to be one of those 3.
Maybe it'll be a Decidueye. He just gets lucky with his matchups. It might be. It could.
That's possible as well.
It could just be. It could be anything. I can't choose. I think by day 2 we may have a better idea, but I think day 1 I've got no clue. Now after Worlds, we're on to the post rotation. Rotation starts at September 1st, and we're moving into effectively a 1-hit KO format because of good old scoop up for print and of course Acerola. So in a deck or in a format where you can't kill things in 2 shots, what is big? Gardevoir will probably still be big just because it's Garde and get hit. Volcanion 1 at KOs. What do you think joins them?
Metagross.
Obviously those 3. The Metagross Metagross is Metagross. It's tanky. It's one of those ones that can tank, which is pretty good. Do you think Garbs will see play at some point next rotation, or do you think Garde's going to keep steamrolling it? Or do you think it's going to be
I think it will have its time at some point, but I can't see how as of yet.
It's such a Garb is such a powerhouse when it works. It's just whether or not people will let it work. I think that's the main thing with it. And people who don't know how to play against it will be a bit silly with it.
It just needs a new partner. Because Trampers being outclassed, Espeon simply isn't that great at the minute. I don't see it getting any better. So Garbodor needs something new to use with it. And once it finds that, it'll be a threat again.
Right. That sounds about right. What do you think, Chris?
People were talking about partnering it with Noivern, but I'm not too sure about that.
No DDE. Sort of makes it a bit silly.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
If we get a DDE reprint...
It topped over in Japan or something, and I was like, okay, let's have a look at this. But I don't know, Japan's wacky.
Japan is a bit wacky.
Japan's XY on there, they've still got Night March, so...
Oh, yes, that's right, it's not the same.
Because they play 4 sets ahead of us. Well, they play rotation behind us. Which is
playing like Night March with Marshadow, yeah. Which is pretty solid.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That card
still have
is...
Toad.
Yeah, they still have Battle Compressor.
I guess Toad.
But no, Toad...
Darkrai's pretty good there, obviously, with Battle Compressor.
Oh, God, Jesus. That sounds funny. I love that. It almost makes me want to play Expanded. Not quite, but it almost. Just be able to go Battle Compressor and then go Darkrai. I know. But no, thank you very much for joining us, lads. That was a very, very good discussion for the Worlds format. Hope to see you again soon. And please subscribe to the NCC if you're listening. Thank you very much for listening.